Is that what God is to you? Living in accordance to God's law is just kind of being selfless and just seeing others as yourself? Is that, put it simply, is that what it is to you?
Yeah. So I think the notion of a separate self, the notion of the ego, which means that there's me, which is different, which is independent and other, and disconnected from the things around me. I think that is like the fundamental illusion. And what that says is, it says that it denies the unity and infinity of the divine. Because if I really believe in a divine unity, which is infinite, then there is no way that I can be separate from that, or from you, or from the stranger. So I do think that God is the term that we use to describe this infinite unified reality. And it's specific. It's precisely our perception of me being something other than that, something separate than that, that holds me back from experiencing that, and that creates all kinds of really crazy situations, like things like fear and anger and anxiety and guilt and jealousy. Like those all emerge from that lie of a separate self, from the lie of ego. And getting in touch with the divine means allowing that to die. That's like the necessity to kill the ego is like the oldest myth in all of human history, right? To slay the dragon. To in Islam we call it fana, when you allow the self to be annihilated. In Kabbalah we call it bitul. In Christianity it's called crucifixion, or whatever the term. In where we allow the self to be extinguished in Buddhism, nirvana, and then we can just experience reality as it is without that illusion. And that's the experience of the divine. And I think that experience is not one which is foreign to us. I think in moments of love and ecstasy and rapture and aesthetic, beauty, we lose ourselves, right? That's the term we use, and the reason we use that term is because we literally lose that sense of self, which is other than whatever we're engaging with, and we become one with that thing. And the bliss in those moments, the bliss in love, the bliss in music, the bliss in dance, the bliss in war, in sports, in all different where the self is lost, in sex, in psychedelics, is when we let go of that illusion and allow ourselves to be immersed in the totality of reality, and that reality is fundamentally blissful. And that's the core teaching, right? It's
Yeah.
I think that's a treat. I think these teachings are so ubiquitous. I mean, you could literally say that same paragraph. You could translate that with entirely into Muslim words, entirely into Jewish words, entirely into Hindu words, entirely into and with this, the same exact message is just so, and it's so real. It's so evident.